Welcome back, guys, to the Tatum Talk Show, guys. I'm here with my co-host, my guy Buck Fitzgerald. I'm Derek Tatum. Tatum Talk Show, where good is the enemy of great. Guys, this is going to be a great topic because everybody always asks the question, Buck, how do I get early offers? How do I get offers? So we're going to go through the steps and just a few strategies of how our students always wind up getting early offers, because I know I've been blessed that most of my top kids get offers in 8th, 9th, or 10th grade. Pretty much all of my kids. At some point, I rarely get kids to get offers as seniors because we kind of had that kind of already mapped out for our clients. And you too. I know you get more kids offers than anybody in the country. And kind of walk me through. If I got a son that's in 6th grade, my son's 6th grade, and I want to get involved with a program like yours in Nashville, how would you explain to me, or how would you help my son get early offers? Okay.
So no, that's a good question, and it's a good question because, and we talk about this all the time. Like you, in a previous show, you talked about resetting your clock or getting ahead.
Yeah.
The name of the game in today's world is getting ahead. You have to be a guy early.
Yep.
It's hard at a certain point to get recruited at a certain level when you're not declared a guy. When you're not, it's hard to get rankings, it's hard to get offers, all that stuff. If you're waiting till your junior year, it's difficult to get those things. So you have to, if you can, get those early. And so the best way to do that, to be a guy, is to get an early offer. And so
how? But I mean, how my son in 6th grade, so I know he can get an offer in 6th grade. But like, how would I do that? Like so. And I'm gonna give you my scenario. My wife is tall, so my son projected to be maybe 6'3", 6'4". All right, but let's just say average. Let's say my son, based on my height, my son gonna probably be 5'10". All right, 5'10". He's average speed. Like what do you think about that?
Well, he's gonna need to be more special, honestly, to get early offers. There has to be something extraordinary about the young man to get the early offer. Okay, so he can't be just average across the board.
He can be average. Nothing.
Getting an early offer is not something that's normal.
Yeah, right.
It's only a handful of guys. Again, you get a lot of them. NPA gets a lot of them, Sound Mind, Sound Body. You get these organizations that have most of the young guys because we all follow the same protocol. All right. And so really the best way to do it is to have something special about you, even at a young age, like a certain speed or a size or a crazy skill set, whatever it is that you can hang your hat on. But the one factor, without a doubt, pretty much that has to be done is you have to play early.
You got to play early.
You got to get varsity
film,
not freshman film.
Varsity film.
Nobody cares for the most part. Not JV film. Nobody gives a shit for the most part. Yeah. People when they offer you early want to see varsity film. It is special when you can play as a freshman on varsity. And guess what? I always tell people, you don't have to be great. You have to be competitive.
Just have varsity film and look like
you belong.
Yeah. So my thing is, and I tell parents all the time, I say, look, man, for you to get an early offer, you got to have two things, or one of the two. You got to have great size, or great speed.
Pretty much.
Because if you're an 8th grader and your butt run a 4.4, I guarantee you somebody gonna offer you a scholarship.
And people will allow you to grow. And
they be like, man, I figured out with this guy because he's small, but he runs a 4.4.
And they're projecting. Everybody's projecting at that point. They know that you're not going to get slower unless something catastrophic happens and you're the right type of kid. You're only going to get faster to a certain degree.
Right.
So everybody's projecting if you have great size, you're only going to add skill and strength and everything else, but you have the size so and you're playing varsity, you're playing against, the types of individuals that they're evaluating. They can compare. Right. So it's hard for them to compare when you're playing freshman. And we're not knocking freshman ball.
No.
Right? Because if you need development and you need to compete against like-bodied people and skilled people, then freshman or JV ball is where you need to hone your skills and learn how to dominate, learn how to play the game, get reps. But if you're a special individual, you need to, and you want to get offers, you have to play varsity football.
Well, it goes back to
most cases you need to play varsity football.
You need to, but again, unless you got great size,
right.
But that's the thing about it.
That's right.
Most people don't have great size though. But
that's right.
You know that
it's called passing the look test, the eyeball test.
No, most people don't pass eyeball test. So that's why I go back to what we said on the last podcast. You got to reclass then, man.
Like if we think you're gonna grow though, you can't.
Yeah. I mean, if you know that, all right, man. My uncles is tall. My wife's brother is tall. Her granddad was tall. I'm decent size, but my brother's taller than me. So my son gonna eventually grow. That's what I know. Then I'm gonna reclass him, and I'm gonna buy that time back.
Gotta buy time.
I'm gonna buy that time back. So, cause like it's like this, and I'm thinking about it. Like, say if my son, as an 8th grader, runs an 11.6 as an 8th grader, which is fast. That's like a high 4.5, maybe low 4.6. Probably high 4.5. All right, but I reclass him. Or let's say his freshman year, he runs a 10.8. That's a 4.4. All right? That's a 4.4. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, what if I reclass that kid though? And he ran a 10.8 as an 8th grader. You see the difference though?
You giving him time to run a 10.4.
Yes. So that's another thing that, and I want to really stress, y'all slow ass kids need to run track. Y'all slow ass kids, like,
there's no substitute for speed.
Ain't nowhere in the world you think you're gonna play in an SEC or at a Power 5 school
or the MAC
or even a MAC. You got to be fast, bro.
Or the Sun Belt,
bro. You got to be D1. Man, look, y'all.
Or the Southern Conference.
Man, y'all be thinking, hey, dudes be
or the OVC.
Hey, y'all be thinking just because you had somebody going to a mid-major, like it's gonna be less competition. Like, bro, like it's dogs every single
He might
where.
be this much shorter.
Yeah, that's it. It's only the size.
He'd
be a dog.
Getting at your ass.
It'd be a man. You and I know it's dudes that been in both our programs that were high-ranked kids, transferred down, thought it was sweet, and never saw the field.
It got worse.
Never saw the field.
It got worse.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you got to be an early offer kid because it's like money in the bank, man. Like you're not gonna. So it's like, so I know these writers, and you know these writers. Now, what they don't want to be, they don't want to be wrong.
That's right.
Okay. So if you get on their radar as an 8th grader, and then they rank you, and you're early offer like a 9th grader, your ranking ain't really gonna go down too much far. Like if you a 3-star type of kid and you go to a 4-star, you may go back down to a 3-star, but you're not gonna be not ranked.
It's rare. Yeah, you're not gonna go. Yeah. You might go a little.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be not ranked because they don't want to be wrong. So like I'm telling parents all the time, it's like, look, you got to get it early. Now, my thing is though, you want to play varsity though as a freshman, even if you don't start.
That's right. You want reps. You want film.
So here's the thing. At being in Georgia, it's a lot of big time schools. All right, and the issue I have is all the kids flock to the big time schools, man. Like it's schools in Georgia. You got Carrollton, you got Westlake, Buford, you got Grayson. These are what I call destination schools. Okay, so what y'all I gotta understand is there means these schools are where people with money, people with great athletes are gonna move their sons to because they know a lot of colleges come through there. They're gonna get exposure. They're gonna get offers. Now, yeah, that makes sense if you plan.
That's right.
If you plan.
You plan.
Which
is difficult to play.
Listen, I go to some of those schools and you go look on the sidelines and it's 100 kids, bro. Now, I go to a JV game at one of those big time schools in Georgia. And it's others too. I just named the 4 off the top of my head. It's others too. I go to a JV game. I'm like, bro, that's a varsity starter.
Yes, a lot of them.
That's a varsity starter. Those are like...
And freshman games.
I'm like, that's a varsity starter right now, but you're waiting your turn to play at this big time school. Now, it works out for the ones it works out for.
A lot of them slip through the cracks.
But it'd be a lot of kids, man, that slip through the cracks, though, those schools, man.
It's crazy, man. And then the parents, they want to justify, and they want to argue and say, well, my son better than him. Says who? Says you. It don't matter what you say. It matters what the damn film says, and your son has none of it. And this kid has good enough varsity film that they can say, okay, at least he's this level. He's safe because we feel like he's going to go here. His freshman year, he's a contributor. His sophomore year, he's a starter and probably all district. His junior year, he's all state. His senior, he's all American. But if you said that, you said, man, a lot of times high school is 2 years. If you play early, like you said, you're extending that to 3 years at least.
Yeah. You buying that time back, man. And I just don't. But so the steps, what I would take is, I would, first of all, my son is, I would start training my son young, y'all. Like y'all got
how young?
I'll say 6th grade.
Okay.
And the reason why, now, I have kids in my program that are 10 years old, and you probably got some too.
Yeah. We started about roughly 10.
Yeah. My son too. But I'm just saying.
But it's hit or miss at that age.
A lot of people don't know they want to they would really want to take this route.
And you don't want them to burn out either.
Yeah, exactly. So like my son told my wife, he's like, my wife was like, why you listen to your dad? And he's telling you what's right. He said, because he treats me like I'm in the NBA right now. Like, what I'm supposed to do?
Right. You can't dumb it down.
Like you telling me you want to go to the NBA or the NFL, so I gotta put you on the same regimen that Steph Curry is doing, LeBron is doing. You know what I'm saying?
The same fundamentals.
So I'm like y'all got y'all generation got so much of an advantage of us. Like, you literally, like, our generation, it was so secretive. You would never find Jordan working out in high school. You would never find Isaiah Thomas and them boys, like Larry Bird. They workouts. Man, you can go pull up on IG or you can pull up on YouTube. These dudes workouts from high school. So I said, okay, if you want to be like these guys, then you got to act like a pro right now. So you got to go ahead and you're going to wake up early. You're going to eat right. You're going to go to sleep on a good time. You're going to do sit-ups. You're going to do push-ups. You're going to work out, you know, but that's got to be, but I didn't want to do that with my son at 9 years old, though. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't know if he really wanted this. So I said, no, you're at 6th grade. You want this. Let's go. So, like, you got to ask yourself, does your son really want this process? Because you're competing with only, like you the best in your county, so what? You the best in your team, so what, bro? But are you one of the best in the state and one of the best in the country? Is the question. That's the question. But
and that's the question. But the question you posed before that is, does the kid want it or the parent want it? And in parents, it's okay to want it, but the kid has to match or almost match that desire level. And so if they don't, then you just really straining your relationship with your child. And eventually they're going to rebel and quit and remove themselves from, that's not the life they want to live, you know? And so that's the big thing. But training is important because the later you go in life, it's difficult to pick up some movement patterns. Speed is hard to. Speed improvement is gradual a lot of times. And so it's hard to just flip a switch and say, I want my son to be fast. And then, but you have to have it if you want to compete and play early.
No, that's the fact, man. I mean, and I think that's why our programs have been so successful over the years is we're able to take a kid that is a good athlete and train them technique wise, train them mentally, and then get him exposure. So one mistake that I'm seeing a lot of parents make is quit saying you can't afford it. Like, I mean, let's be honest with you. I can't afford it. Or, look, you better figure it out.
You figure everything else out.
You better figure it out because it's so many kids. I mean, I get calls from all over the country. Man, there's so many kids in my town. It's good, but their parents, man, look, y'all. This can be unpopular. I ain't like this. So, because in high school, I decided to not go out. In college, I decided not to go out. I decided to get my degree, work my butt off to build my business up. You decided in high school to have fun, kick it, do what you want to do. Now you living in a mental situation, and you expect me to train you expect me to give you something for free now, or for a discount?
Cool.
Like y'all.
I can't see it.
Like, come on, like y'all gotta and I ain't knocking nobody, but I'm being honest because I worked hard to get to where I'm at. All right, and every year, Buck and I and somebody, we sponsor tons of kids, no doubt. But this is a business for us too. You cannot expect you to do what you want to do, and then now you're in a bad situation to expect somebody to bail you out, or because your son is good, because he a good kid, that it should be free for you. Nah, it don't work like that.
And the other side of the coin, this is my child. So if my son or my daughter wants to compete in something, I'm not negotiating about my son. I'm not negotiating about my daughter. I'm going to find whoever the best is, and my job is to secure your time to invest in my kid.
Period.
How do I do that?
Period.
And I hope that guys are fair, because I got to do it. You know, I'm in Nashville. My son wants to play basketball. Jamal Richardson, Marcus Kinzer. Yo, I gotta have it. Like, I need you to take my son. How can I get on your schedule?
Period.
I'm coming to them.
Period.
I'm putting money in their pocket.
Period.
Yo, I pay extra. What I need to do? It's my daughter. It's my daughter. I can't negotiate with my daughter. She go without because I'm trying to get a break.
Come on, Buck. Come on, Buck.
I need to go make money elsewhere, save money elsewhere, figure it out so I can bring this to this person who has an expertise that can take my son or my daughter to where we all want them to be. And whatever that is what I got to pay. It's what I got to do.
That you know what, man? That's my philosophy. And like, when people are like, man, your program is, it's not cheap. I said, listen, I put my son and daughters in the very best track program in Georgia. All right. I put my son and daughters, put my son in the best basketball programs. So I don't have an issue by bad coaching. Like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all be complaining about bad coaching. You put them in an environment.
Get your ass up and go somewhere where it's good coaching.
I'm not. Listen. My son and my daughter, for real. My son probably been on 5 or 6 basketball teams, 2 football teams, and he may have had one bad coach because
you're gonna get that.
Yeah, you're gonna get that. But overall, he has had excellent coaching because I've invested in my son, and I understand in my son and my daughter. You guys are going to get early offers because I'm going to invest in you, put you in the best programs, and I'm not going to make no excuses about it. And I sacrifice, man. I lose money right now because I'm at their events. Yeah. All right, you lose money because you be like, oh, Derek, I can't come there because my son got a soccer game. Yeah. And that's the sacrifice that you parents have to make. Yep. Like, when your son get around 11, 12 years old, when he get in like 6th grade, your athlete, you got to make a decision. Okay, are you worth the investment? Now. But your son got to have that attitude of he got to put it in on his own, or I'm not investing. Listen, my daughter, love her to death. She just started working hard about a year ago. All right, she just naturally talented, tall, and she can run. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then she realized that the girls she was beating 2 years ago have gotten better than her, and they're not more talented than her. Right. So it's like, well, what happened? Well, what happened was they worked harder than you over the last 2 years. Right. And it caught up to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is no excuse for you not to invest in your son and put him in the best environment possible, period. Like, if I'm in Nashville, I'm going to Buck. I'm in Atlanta. See, Atlanta, the thing about Atlanta, y'all, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Atlanta is like the strip club of trainers. Okay, I'm gonna train with him. I'm gonna train with him. Like, it's so many great trainers in Atlanta that a parent could don't know what is what, but you gotta just find what's gonna be best for your son. And if you gotta drive 45 minutes an hour, so be it. That's what I do.
Yeah, you gotta do it. I gotta go where they are. I can't expect them the best trainer on another part of town.
Right. Well, you too far. Okay.
But stop. That tells you and tells us all we need to know.
Yeah.
And at that point, I almost stopped and was like, yo, like, hey, listen. My dad is a legendary head coach in Tennessee. He's the greatest public school coach in Tennessee history, in my opinion, especially in the city. He used to tell parents, look, you know what? Stop. Hold on. He just started writing. And you're looking at him. He's writing. You look at him, he's writing. He said, here you go, sir. And it will be the names and numbers of other coaches. Like, go see them.
Go see them.
I will help you. I will pack your bags, help you pack your bags, because you're telling me all you need to know when you say you're too expensive, or it's too far, or I have some parents. We just got to make sure we have we can do the time commitment.
Okay. So
yeah. Okay.
I'm the #1 program in Tennessee. I'm the #1 program in Georgia. I have more kids get offers than anybody in Georgia. This is a fact. He had no, and I can talk it because I know it. Yeah. I have more kids got more offers in my program than anybody in the state of Georgia. More kids got offers in his program than anybody in the state of Tennessee.
Hold on. We got more kids with offers than any other program. All the programs combined.
Yeah.
All the programs. I'm just going to talk about Tennessee.
Okay.
All the programs combined in Tennessee, we got more kids with offers.
Wow.
See, and more pros combined than all of them combined. And more college, and more All-Americans than all of them combined. So that's just
talk it.
I just want to get that out there. Because sometimes we forget because of the internet and social media and stuff like that.
Because because I didn't listen when I seen Tennessee. I seen other guys, but I didn't know that NBA was like that until I started talking to people. And I'm like, okay, so the top 100 players in Tennessee, you mean tell me 60 or 70 of them is in this one guy's program? Like, yeah, man, that dude Buck got it on lock. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, see, and then if I'm a parent, then I want to go to the best programs. Like, I just don't.
But when I go to Derek Tatum, it becomes, man, he's hard to deal with. He's this, when you go to Nick Saban, he's hard and man, he's mean. He's a little. When you go to Curtis Blackwell and when you go to Detroit, I don't know if we like, there's a reason, there's a standard, and there's a standard. There's nothing else. And if you in those programs and those people are successful because there's a protocol in which everyone has to follow if they want to be successful. And I'm stealing this from Nick Saban, who I think is the greatest college football coach of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
He says, if you want to be successful, there are no options. People think they have options, right? So if I go to elite talent, I don't have options.
No, it's
okay. I'm gonna do what the hell Derek Tatum says. All right. Or if I want to be successful in playing the piano, all right, I'm gonna go to this person and what they say. I don't have a deviation from their protocol. I have to do what is the blueprint. I have to follow the blueprint of what's successful, and it's difficult a lot a lot of times.
No,
these things we're
hard.
talking about are not comfortable.
No.
Sometimes little Derek is gonna cry when his daddy says, "Get your ass outside, dog.
Let's go, man."
All right. Sometimes my daughter is gonna cry when I say, "No, before you do this, we got to get 20 heels."
Facts.
It is you want to be a great soccer player, right? You want to win 100 meter. We got 20 heels. That's the end of it.
No, but
they're not gonna like that. That's not comfortable.
Man, Mike Thomas said it the best, man. The standard is the standard.
Yeah. Yep.
And you look at every great program, it ain't easy, man. Like it's not first of all, and take your emotion out of it. Yeah. My son is in a program, and he's been in a program where the head of the program, he wasn't the most likable person. All right. I mean, but the dude get results, and I had no issue with him because I'm like, bro, I'm not going to dinner with this dude. Like we cool. When I see him, I speak. It's all good, but he getting results.
You hire him to do a job.
Yeah, he getting results, bro. So I'm not getting emotional about he yelling at my son and my son getting in the car mad because this. I'm like, no, my son, this is practice, bro. Man. Like it's like you think it'll be easy? Well, Dad, I didn't get. Shut up,
man. Look. I had a kid. And I'm gonna reveal who this kid is when he gets drafted. He's gonna go early first round.
Ooh,
at some
early.
point. Okay,
early. Ooh.
Yeah, he's like that. And I told his mother one day, I said, "Listen, ma'am, with all due respect, your son is what they call a coach killer. I said, what's that?
What's that?
I said, a coach killer is someone, a kid or an athlete that looks beautiful, big, tall, all these attributes, and it doesn't equate to results. And everyone blames the coach because they're not getting it out of that athlete. Yeah. That's a coach killer. I said, well, your son is a coach killer right now, and I can't have that. I said, your son has a early first round potential, and here's what we're going to do. All right, he's either going to be a big time first round guy or he's going to get the hell out of my program. Those are two options. And I don't want you to give me an answer right now because if he chooses this option, it's going to be difficult. In fact, I don't want you to come to workouts anymore because it's going to be ugly. Because I got to break him because he has to be this. We got to get him out of what he is. Boy, and she said, I want to do it. I want to do it. But she came to workout and it got ugly. And I just see her looking. I looked at her, and she just got up and walked out. I think she was crying. I was like, yeah, I'm going to make him quit, or he's going to be a superstar. One or the other. And eventually, it kept until I almost gave up. And eventually, boom.
He figured it out. 5-star.
Big-time guy. Starting as a freshman in big-time college football.
Damn.
And I give all the credit to the parent.
Yeah, the mom.
Because it would have been really easy for her to say, oh, you can't say that to my son. No, she said, you know what? By all means, it's hard for me to witness it, but I'm going to be over here. And I learned from her because I have young kids. I learned from her. And so you know what? I get my kids with some mean and tough coaches. Yeah. And you know what I do, Derek? I drop their ass off and walk out.
I'm gone. That's how you allow... that goes back to the beginning of what we said. This is how you get early offers.
Yeah.
You get your son in training young, you get him in a program with a coach you can trust, and you let that coach coach. Like, this the whole issue. This the whole issue right now with youth sports right now. Y'all don't allow a coach to coach.
That's it. They can't coach.
And now you scared to coach a kid because you scared to lose them. And it's like, man, I don't want that kid in my program. Yep. I mean, man, I got a couple kids in my program that I was like, man, look, bro. I said, look, man, you gonna do it my way, man. You're not gonna do it, and they ain't gonna do it my way. They left. That's it. They left. Now, mind me, they're talented kids, and everybody wanted one of those guys. Everybody wanted one of those guys, but the parent wouldn't buy in for this. The dad would buy on this one. I said, hey, man, if you don't want to buy in, man, go somewhere else, man. Let them deal with that. I said, but I'm telling you, it's gonna fester, and then it's gonna catch up to you at the wrong time. I said, right now in high school. You know what I'm saying? Your son's, he goes to senior year. He good. He got plenty of offers. I said, but when you get to college, it's not going to be like that, bro. And hey, man, that's what it is, y'all. So that's how you get early offers, man. Guys, that's wrap up for this show right here, man. This is, excuse me. This is the Tatum Talk Show, guys. We're good. Is the enemy of great? My guy, co-host Buck Fitzgerald. I'm Derek Tatum, and we out.